Cheers.
Hi, Becky. We are at Los Aztecas in Sykesville. A little further than we usually go, but they give you a margarita in a frosted glass.
Especially when you almost die.
You ever have your car just like brake for you when there's nothing to brake for? I thought I was gonna die. Like the people behind me were gonna crash into me, and I don't know.
The whole thing. It was the whole thing.
I'm gonna go to the dealership and tell them to turn that off. I don't need the car braking for me. I know how to use the brakes. Okay. But I want to talk to you about something else. Can I just tell you how frustrating it is when you have worked with a client for 6 months? And I'm good about running numbers on any house you're interested in, right? You can send me a list of 10 houses. I'm going to look at these, run numbers. I want to know what the payment and cash are. I did this for 6 months. This girl was looking for houses forever, and I was constantly, okay, numbers, payment, cash, right? 6 months. I wrote approval letters for multiple houses that she didn't get, and then finally, the last one she made an offer on. I called the listing agent. I sold that deal. We got it because I wrote the approval letter. I talked to the listing agent. It was all good. And then she finally goes under contract. And then her parents want to get involved because they're giving her a gift toward it. And all of a sudden, they're like, oh, you should talk to our lender. And then, because they're giving the gift, they made it a kind of a condition that she use their lender. And now all of a sudden, I'm cut out of this. Which means 6 months worth of work. I get paid bupkis. And there's nothing you can do about it, right, Becky?
There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Buyers have the option to shop lenders throughout the entire process.
Even after they're under contract and I got them the contract?
Even after they're under contract. That's the iffy part. And I mean, all they really need is a clear commitment letter when it comes time to meeting that contingency in the contract.
So can they change programs? So say I wrote an offer and it was conventional, and then they decide they want to switch to VA or FHA. Can they do that too? Can they just change all the terms that they wrote into the contract?
Essentially, including their lender. Sorry,
Thanks,
Sour
Becky.
Patch Kid.
Fine. It is true. There is absolutely no legal commitment to use a lender just because they wrote an approval letter for you or because they did anything, honestly, because there is zero in writing commitment to use that person. Unlike you guys, apparently.
Sorry.
I mean, don't you sign something with your agent?
We do have a broker-buyer agreement, so it does lock you into using us during a certain amount of time. And
it's not
I mean, if lenders had that.
But at the same time, it means that lenders, if you feel like your lender is not doing the best thing for you, if they are, say, not providing good service, they're not responding to your calls, they are not running numbers for you, they are not giving you the best deal, you do not have to feel like you are obligated to use them just because they're the first one to pull your credit or they're the ones who wrote an approval letter or something. So it's always nice to stick with that person when they did a lot of work, or to go back to them and just say, hey, I was able to find this other deal here, are you able to match it or something, and at least give them the benefit of trying to match that or provide that because they have done so much work for you. But there is absolutely nothing, unfortunately for me, that you are obligated to do.
Sorry.
Thanks, Becky. All right, we'll see you next week.